Welcome to the NoOffice podcast. My name is Rafał and I'm VP of Product at Nozbe. In our company, we believe that work is not a place to go. It is a thing that you do. That's why since 2007, we have been running our company 100% remotely. In Nozbe, we work at NoOffice. The NoOffice podcast is sponsored by Nozbe Teams, a to-do app that helps modern teams do great things. Go to nozbe.com to learn more.
Don't cram 20 people on Zoom.
Fluorescent lighted office all day long. You probably are going to work from home.
Hello and welcome in the 9th episode of NoOffice podcast. As always, I'm joined by CEO and founder of Nozbe, Michael Sliwinski. Hello, Michael. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. Just came back from a bike ride, so I'm really good. And because today in the morning, I wrote the 23rd chapter of my NoOffice book, so I'm really happy.
Wow! So you're powered by endorphins.
Yes.
And one chapter done is and it's 2 p.m.
Exactly. So now I have a series of meetings and another and more work to do. But just having completed the chapter just was perfect.
Yeah, nice to hear that you are energized because I am as well. Today was the first day that I had to turn on the lights in the morning when I got to my desk to start working because it was dark outside.
Oh,
and I hate that part of the year.
Yeah.
However, it was surprise coming to me because at around 7:30 it started to snow.
Oh,
In Wrocław, in Poland. And last year, I remember when it snowed, it was 3 times during the winter and it was melted right away. And now it sticks. And I just came back from the walk with my fiancée and we played a lot with the snow. And you know what's nice? The outside is full of kids with their dads playing with the snow because most of the dads are working remotely now. And they can do that when snow comes.
So Rafał, you're telling me that when you work from home, you can have a break in the middle of the day and it's fine?
Yeah, it's like the weather decides when you have a break.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's always been one of my arguments when we were discussing that we are working NoOffice. That because whenever people would see me outside in the middle of the day, they would say, you can do that because you're the boss of the company. And I was like, no. Everyone in my company can do that. Like, because we work from home, we can decide. We have flexible hours, so we can decide. Like, if there is snow, we can decide to play in the snow. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, and really, after all of these years, when winter is not here, because of climate change, that snow is, it brings joy. I felt like a kid today.
Yeah, really, you should appreciate it.
Okay, so today I wanted to discuss with you the process of designing and building your home office and redesigning and rebuilding it over and over again, because it's a process. What we learned for years of doing this, your home office will evolve and it's a good thing.
Exactly. I've been redoing my home office many years over. And not only because I was switching homes, which was also true, especially in the first part of the last decade, but just because the way you work changes, the way your habits change, your equipment changes, you see improvements everywhere that you can do, and you just and you should make your home office your ideal place to get work done.
Okay, but before we dive into this topic, let's do the quick follow-up, because in the last episode, when we talked about Weekend Wednesday, I just missed a couple of points. I didn't tell about it. But what's very nice for me about my Weekend Wednesday process is this, that I use Wednesday for private stuff. When I have something to do in my private life, like I write it down as a task in Nozbe Personal app. Almost each of these tasks get #Wednesday in Nozbe Personal. So that way, the due date of these tasks is set for Wednesday. And this is when I deal with it. And it's really nice to to really take a nice long walk in a park or forest, or even typical tourist path in your city. Because right now during the pandemic, it's like there's almost no people there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can really discover your city. And what happened in the last month was that each Wednesday it was very nice weather, very sunny.
I think it's because the weather adjusted to your Weekend Wednesday thing. The moment we officially announced the policy, the weather knew about it, and then it adjusted. Just for you.
Yeah. So when Wednesday is sunny, and Thursday when we record this is snowy.
So Rafa, you've been doing these Weekend Wednesdays for more than a month now, right? And so far so good.
I think. So far very good. We managed to even once to go for 30 kilometers outside the city to the forest just to pick up some mushrooms.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, that's typical Polish activity in the fall, actually.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
But on Wednesday, there is no cloud of people in the forest. You can really appreciate the nature. Yeah, and of course, with Weekend Wednesday, I work on Saturday. And on Saturday is very peaceful and without any stresses because there are no people working in our virtual company, So there are no messages in Slack. There are no new tasks coming to my incoming. So I decided that on Saturdays, I will work on the podcast stuff.
Okay.
So first of all, I grab my iPad, I do the edits to the show we recorded during the week, and I prepare the blog post and everything to publish it in the next week. And I'm preparing myself for the episode we are about to record in the following week.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So and review all your reviews in Apple Podcasts. So please leave a review or write us some feedback. On Saturdays, I just go through this and reply to this. I just figure out that this is a nice day to do this because I don't need any feedback from the team to do this. I can do it by myself. So in that day, I can focus on it without worrying about the product. And the rest of the week, so I focus on the product stuff.
Yeah. So do you do your weekly review then on Saturday as well, or you do it on Friday?
No, I do it on Friday.
Oh, okay. No, that's a good idea that I've been always experimenting with this to have different days for different types of activities, and it's really important to listen to yourself, as you said, to listen to what you like to do or what is good, and then I think what you chose, to focus on the podcast stuff that you don't need the rest of the team there. It's a brilliant way to think of it like this.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to add to Weekend Wednesday to the previous episode. Okay, let's go back to our main topic. So our home offices. So many of you probably this year switched to working from home. Hopefully your company adapted the processes to that and embraced the change. So working from home, or like we want to call it, #NoOffice work, is not only temporary solution for this pandemic time, but it is something that will stick with us. So we believe that work is not a place to go, it's a thing that you do. So you choose where to do your work, and you are responsible to make this place when you do this work to be productive and nice for you. And moreover, it is very nice if your company support you in that process.
In my book NoOffice, chapter 21 is called Set Up Your Home Office. So you can read it. We'll link to it in the show notes. You can read it on the internet. And I wrote this: home office changes all the time, with your age, with your marital status, with the number of kids in your household, and with each home you move into. So it changes all the time, but it should be designed in such a way that you want to get your work done there.
Yeah, and I was holding back with sharing my home office with externally, because I thought, I don't have this ready or that ready, but I wanted to evolve this home office. But recently I realized, okay, it's never ready. It's always doing change. It always evolves. So today I want to share with you my home office. You can find my photos of my home office. And yeah, let's start with the desk. Because I have the same desk as you, so the IKEA Backhand one.
Yes.
You can change the height of the desk, so you can switch between sitting and standing. Because sitting for the 8 hours straight is very bad for your health. But so is standing for the 8 hours straight is bad for your health. So basically, you are the, as the ATP guys said in one episode, I think John Siracusa, that you are the computer athlete. So you have to prepare your body to work in front of the computer. So one good step for this is to change your positions once a half an hour, once an hour, and the desk where you can regulate the height of it to switch between sitting or standing is a very good first step to do it.
Yeah, I've been experimenting with stand-up desks for a while. I have had this desk for 5 years now. And the only problem with this desk is that it doesn't have memory. So it just doesn't, go up to the actually the level that you want every time. But you can mark it very easily on the wall, for example, so you know where to go. So you can hack it in this way. But I would love for it to have, the memories set up.
Yeah, but I found that I don't need it. I just see where is this point when my arms are in the 90-degree position, and where is the camera on my iMac, on my eye level. I just do it, and it's always I almost never need to adjust it, right? Like I stopped raising my desk. It's probably almost always in the right position.
Yeah. So anyway, a stand-up desk it's a good thing. In the beginning, it's a little bit weird, and your legs hurt if you're just for more than 1 hour, for example, standing. But once you get used to it, it's really comfortable. And then the additional benefit is that you're stronger as well. So when you're going somewhere, run some errands, when you're standing in line or standing somewhere like in normal times, then it's also not a problem. Like you don't have to sit everywhere. Like you don't feel tired so quickly. So for me, stand-up desk is really good. And what I do is I either lower the desk or I switch to a different desk. I have another desk, in my home office, which is just a small desk for my iPad. So I can sit there on the sofa, for example, and then type something or write something. So this way I can switch the positions very, very easily.
Yeah. So talking about sofa, it is very nice to have this second place you can work on, just to take your tablet or laptop and work on some other tasks that switch context, stimulate your brain to have more ideas. And for example, I spent most of the Friday on the sofa with iPad on my knees, do the weekly review and watch some courses or read a book. And of course, the part of the Saturday when I do edits to the show, as we mentioned in the follow-up section. So yeah, I have this very nice sofa from IKEA. Plus it is large enough that I can do the nap there if I feel sleepy.
Okay.
So it's very good. Also, I have this shades in my windows, so I can do the office dark. So it's easier to get the sleep for the nap. So yeah, but going back to the desk and how to make it ergonomic for you and good for your health. So the second step, I would say, is to take care of your wrists, because that's the typical injury of the people who work a lot in front of the computer. How is it called? The
RSI?
Yeah, the RSI is the disease, yeah? The injury. But this thing that you put in front of the keyboard to rest your wrist.
The wrist rester.
Yeah, the wrist rester, or just have this ergonomic keyboard, like Logitech and Microsoft have nice ones. So basically, your wrists are resting on something, and your hands are not raised, are not higher than your wrists. That way, they don't stretch too much.
This is why right now I appreciate so much the Magic Keyboard of the iPad, because there is a place to put the wrists on.
Yeah,
between the trackpad. So it's really nice to type because of that, because the wrists are so close.
Yeah,
to the
Smart Keyboard didn't have that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I would also say that it also, what I like is I like to have both tracking devices for the computer. So I have both the trackpad and the mouse. And depending how what I want to do, and also, well, I've learned when I was young, I learned to use the mouse with my left hand, even though I'm right-handed. So this way, I have my trackpad on the right-hand side, and then the mouse on the left-hand side. So depending what I want to do, I grab one hand on the other. So it's never just this one hand that is always tired.
Okay, that's a cool idea, actually. Maybe I need to buy more gadgets, maybe a trackpad for my second hand.
Trackpad is very good. I really like trackpad, but very often also I just need mouse. But that's why having both connected, it's fine.
Yeah. I recently bought the new mouse, MX Master 3 from Logitech, because my old Microsoft mouse started to dying. So it was a good moment to change. And I also have this kind of smaller wrist rester in front of the mouse. So.
No, I have the small mouse. I have this MX Anywhere 2S, also from Logitech. It's really cool.
Yeah, cool mouses. Okay.
Cool mice.
Mice. Okay, another important thing for the ergonomics is to having a large and good screen set on the proper height. So you're not working 8 hours with your laptop or tablet just looking down, because it will hurt your neck. So having a large screen and good screen. And by good screen, I mean with my example, the Retina screen, because that way the font is very sharp, and you don't fatigue your eyes so much when you are reading something on the screen. And we are doing the type of work when we read a lot. So I remember when I was back in 2014 or 15, when I changed from the typical full HD to the Retina, my eyes stopped hurting after 8 hours of work immediately.
Yeah, I have this old iMac. It's 2014 model. I bought it in 2015, so it also has 5 years. And this iMac, like the moment I got it, I was so happy that finally I had a Retina screen, 27 inches, fantastic. So and the computer still works. And right now the only reason for me to change the iMac would be to have the iMac with the new Apple Silicon. So I'm waiting for that. But before that already, I had the MacBook Pro also with the Retina screen, and of course I had. My first iPad, only iPad, was the iPad 3, also with Retina screen. So, I've had them for a long time. So for me, still seeing in 2020 that people are using computers without Retina screen is like very bizarre. Like how can you look at this like this? I don't get it.
Yeah. Why would you do that? I still remember this because I was experimenting with having glasses to heal my eyes, to not stop hurting during the work. But just Retina screen was the solution. Now I don't have any problems. Yeah. So another good thing that I try to do is to remove all the distraction from the desk. So I have only my iMac. I also use iMac to work. Probably the same model as you. Yeah, I have my mouse, keyboard, and a cup of coffee, and that's it. No more stuff on the desk. And I have these things that Radek from the Podcast FM host did for me, and it's the hook that I put under my desk to have my headphones there.
Yeah.
So it's So my headphones are easy accessible to me. I just reach with my right hand to it to grab it, but I don't see them, so they don't distract me. The same goes to my phone. I have this on the left side underneath my desk. There's some kind of the shelf that also Radek did for me. It was it's inspired by elevation shelf by I don't remember right now company, but I will put the link in the show notes. I have the cable and Qi charging there, and I put my iPhone there, so it doesn't distract me. It's not so easy for me just to grab my iPhone and stop browsing something on the phone because it's out of my sight, but it's close enough when I need it. So that's how I organize it after a couple of years of experience.
So for me, this is not a problem because, especially now, because my iPhone mini is so mini and so light that I have it in my pocket and I don't even realize I have it. So when I work, I just have my iPad, I have my iMac, and I don't even know that I have my iPhone with me because it's just there in the pocket and I completely forget about it.
Yeah, that's true. I have Pro Max, so it's very heavy and noticeable on the desk. So speaking about the underneath area under your desk is a great place to do the cable management. And
oh yes, completely.
Yeah, and we can all see like on Instagram or Pinterest the perfect pictures of the perfect workspaces with no cables visible at all. It's you can do that, but it will last for a couple of days or 1 week. It will never be perfect, but when you properly use this area underneath your desk, you can do it pretty damn good.
Yeah, and especially when you think about just for the future that the situation might change. So just add another power strip also under the desk to have a spare power strip, because then you can always connect something, later, post-mortem, and then this way it's not like what I did here. I did very good cable management. Everything was fine. Everything was nice. But then I wanted additional charger on my desk. And I was like, oh man, where do I put it? What do I do? So I did I made an effort to install additional power strip that has USB and has normal, power outlets. And now I have the USB chargers connected to the USB thing. If I need to connect something additional, I just connect them to power strip. So it's all here. It's all hidden under the desk. So only the device sticks out on the desk, but everything is below it. So it's still out of sight.
Yeah, exactly. So I have a very similar setup. I have two power strips under my desk. One is facing the wall, so all the cables, all the that requires to put the cable behind the desk, and the second one is facing me, so I can easily plug in something there. I have plugged in the 4 USB-A ports charger there, so USB ports also are very easy accessible, and I have like cables connected there, 2 universal cables when I can switch between USB-C, micro USB, and Lightning. So it's always easy accessible if I need to charge something. When I have this hook for my headphones, it also has the cable to charge those headphones.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's fixed there. Yeah. And of course, there are plenty of power sockets in the power strips free to connect something more, because we and your listeners probably as well are geeks, and you will have more gadgets for sure.
Exactly. So it's good to build for the future, not just for this present moment. So just optimize just for these cables that you have now, but think about the future. Especially we have Christmas, season coming up, and we just had some, Black Friday purchases and everything. So,
actually today I will receive my new microphone, so I will have to plug it in here.
So you haven't? You have the microphone, so you got it.
Yeah, I bought it. It was the tricky one because I was late to the promo, but I managed to negotiate some smaller promo for this.
Okay. So you have the new Shure microphone.
Yeah. Can't wait to use it. And about the cable management, one thing, I had this keyboard, mechanical keyboard from Keychron, and it's Bluetooth keyboard. Yeah. But after using it as a Bluetooth keyboard, it's when you use third-party Bluetooth keyboard with your Mac, it sometimes loses the connection. So when you go to your computer and want to wake it up, first the keyboard must connect to it. So and it is really annoying. So I just connected it with the cable, and I just accepted that there is one cable on my desk. And second cable is connected to iPad Magic Keyboard. So it's base station for the iPad.
Yeah, cool. I have the same thing. I have a keyboard. I have a cable dedicated for the iPad here, so I can either connect it to the iPad from one side or to the Magic Keyboard from the other. It's there on my desk, easily accessible. This way, there's no problem for the iPad to be charged.
Yeah. So and that way, I'm really happy with the cable management I did. It's, as I said, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. And speaking about cables, I think it's very important if you have a desktop computer, or even if you have like this base station for your laptop, to connect it with Ethernet cable, because today is when you do a lot of online meetings, maybe some online conferences, and so on. When you have Ethernet connection, the latency is actually so low with Ethernet cable that is better for talking, because the conversation is more fluent. So I just have two cables coming to my desk, and it's power and Ethernet.
Yeah, and also it's good to, for example, for us that we are podcasters and we're recording podcasts, and I'm recording lots of interviews and recording webinars. So I have several things set up, like, for example, the microphone. The microphone is always at the same place. It's always connected to the Mac. So it's my default microphone. I use it for every call, even just an informal call with colleagues. I use the same microphone. This way, it's just there. So just like you have your microphone. So and now the new one.
Yeah. So
this is
one thing you can do to when you, for example, recording some live or interview or podcast with a guest. Just advise your guest to connect the computer with the cable, so the latency is lower. The conversation is just more fluent. Other things that are important: lighting, lights. So lights. So make it pleasant, because in the winter, when days are very short, you will have to work during the time that it's dark outside. Especially when you work from home and you want to take advantage of it and just have a break during the day, as I did today. Yes. So make it that way that the lights are pleasant for you, and and just makes your desk, your home office look cool. So you really take a pleasure of being here when it's dark outside. And so I did it, and I have this very nice LED HomeKit lights stick to the edge of my desk. And I have this very nice Danish lamp. I don't remember the name, but it's the model from 1970s. Actually, it's like very popular, and it gives a very nice light. Actually, I love it. Just you can see it on the photos.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like, you can have really, even if you don't want to go with fancy LED lights, the cheap LED lights from IKEA will do the trick. Just the idea is to not to have direct light, but reflected light. This way, it's a nice ambiance. It's a nice place to be. It's not too bright, but it's just bright enough for you to see everything that you have to do, and then the screen is not taking over everything. It's just being, the world around you is light enough, and I like it.
Yeah. The lamp that I have is done that way that when I look at this lamp, I don't see a bulb, the light bulb. Plus, I have the smart light bulb that I can change the core temperature and Yeah, so I can make it darker or brighter. And
so you can do the dimming of the light.
Yeah, so I can I can adjust it to my needs. Another thing that is very important is to make your home office yours. So add some personal elements. I, for example, have a picture of the tram in Barcelona, my favorite city. I love trams, I love Barcelona, and I just admire how this city is built and managed, and it inspires me. And I like to look at this photo. And of course, the Barcelona is the place where we met for the first time.
That's true.
Yeah, so
that's true. We did meet first time.
So it's very connected to my job. And also, I have this. How do you call this type of furniture with the glass gallery? Glass case. Yeah. So I have this glass case where I put the stuff I like. There is some 2 Lego sets that we built this year, and there will be more. And there are boxes from after iPad and iPhones. And there's a collection of the stamps after my grandfather.
Nice.
Grandfather left it for me. So we bought the new fancy albums for this and put the stamps there.
Yeah, I totally get it. I have the same thing. I have lots of personal touches all over the place. I have my, for example, here on my right side, I have my old iPad, the iPad 3 that I used for the first time as iPad only. So I have my iPhone 3G. I have my iPad 1, the first iPad that I bought, and it's still working, and it still works, and you can still play games on it. You can watch videos. It's amazing, and on the left side, also, I have a kind of a glass. How did you call it?
Glass case.
So I also have a kind of a glass case. When I have my Lego sets, like the famous, Lego Porsche and Lego Bugatti, I have them here assembled, and they look glorious. So. And there, I feel the same. There are 2 new Lego sets coming. They're on the Santa's list.
Yeah.
So there's new stuff coming this Christmas to assemble. I think Lego made a great thing. That is a great activity to do when you're confined. Like to build Legos, it's fantastic. Recently, I built a kind of case for the batteries for the AA or AAA Accu batteries, so when once I charge them, I put them there, and this way they are available to be used in some other appliances. So I put special Lego case for that. So it's just fun. So I'm looking forward to new Legos that are coming in.
We as well ordered 3 new Lego sets. I think I will have a new glass case for this.
Yeah, that's the problem. Once you have the Lego sets, where do you put them? So that's totally an issue.
And speaking of you having the Apple museum on the wall, we just bought my fiance the new iPad Air.
Nice.
Yeah, it's green core with the Cyprus green smart case, and it's gorgeous. Like I love it. I just cannot stop staring at it when I'm downstairs. And because before she used my old iPad Pro from 2017, like that 10.5 inches, and now I don't know if I want to sell it or maybe somehow use it as a furniture in my home office. So we will see.
Exactly. No, it's amazing that these kind of devices can live very long. Like my iPad 1, it's still there. Like it's still kicking. After 10 years. So
okay. I think that will be all. We have plenty of reference materials about home offices. Like as you said, there's NoOffice book chapter, but where many of us in the team gave feedback to this. So it's not only your point of view. There are many blog posts. I think each year you post a blog post about changing
The recent one is very easy to remember. It's michael.team/office.
Yeah.
And so this is the latest one. And then I link to all my past, and offices, so you can laugh at my setups
as well. Team productivity show, the video with your
exactly
tour in your office, and on Instagram stories each week we post the video from one of our Nozbe folks home offices. Because some of us recorded a video about our offices before our reunion 1 month ago, and now we post them each week on our Instagram stories. So follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, and it's critical to remember that we are speaking here from a point of luxury, that we have separate rooms for our home offices. And this is something you should aspire to, because having a separate room, dedicated room for your home office, this is great. This is the ultimate luxury, because really then you can really make it yours, make it the way you want. But still, even if you don't have that, having a corner office somewhere, because, you've been confined and you have to work from home, all these things that we said still hold true, like to have a clean space, to have fewer cables, to have less clutter, to all these things, to have height adjustable desk, to have a good monitor. All these things still apply. So even if you cannot have a spare room for your home office, you can still make it yours, make it different, and make it special for you to just work in the corner. And this way you will just feel better working there.
Yeah, totally agree. So remember to just make your home offices yours and productive for you. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thanks for listening. And remember, today is Friday, so make it Mikey Friday. Do your weekly review, learn something new, maybe optimize your home office, and have a great weekend. If you have questions for us or want to share your story about your home office, please leave a comment under this episode's entry at nooffice.fm/9, where 9 stands for this episode's number, or you can just tweet it with hashtag NoOffice. And we are still getting started with this podcast, so please, if you can share this podcast with your friends, coworkers, etc., just share it with one person you think this podcast may be valuable for. Or if you don't have such a person, just leave a review in Apple Podcasts. It's always appreciated, and it's proven method to help us with growing our audience. Okay, that's it. Say goodbye, Michael.
Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekly review, and think about this Friday. I challenge you to think what you can do. What's the one thing that you can do to improve your home office? What is the thing that you can change today, that will not take you an hour, but less, maybe half an hour, so that your home office feels just better. Think about it. Just better. Don't cram 20 people on Zoom.
Fluorescent lighted office all day long. You probably are going to work from home.